Hello and welcome to the Free to Be podcast, my beautiful soul family. Thank you so much for finding yourself here and spending time with me right now. We are going into verse 7 of the Tao Te Ching in this week's episode. Just an update, I will be gone for the next 2 weeks. I will be on Big Island in Hawaii, praying, singing, dancing, creating. So super looking forward to that, and I love you guys so much. You'll be in my prayers, and let's get into verse 7. Okay. The Tao is infinite, eternal. Why is it eternal? It was never born, thus it can never die. Why is it infinite? It has no desires for itself. Thus, it is present for all beings. The master stays behind. That is why she is ahead. She is detached from all things. That is why she is one with them. Because she has let go of herself, she is perfectly fulfilled. Okay, thank you. Verse 7. So right away, what I'm noticing is gratitude and appreciation for the Tao, for this piece, because as I read it in that last sentence, because she has let go of herself, she is perfectly fulfilled. A lot of my prayers throughout my life that have felt really, really potent and true have included the desire when I'm praying to God, especially like back in the day when I really felt like there was like this outside of me thing. I would pray that I would live a life that is fulfilling. Like I just deeply would pray to be fulfilled. And so I could look at the end of my life when I'm on my deathbed and be glad and be grateful and happy. And now my philosophy, there's a similarity, and it's shifted a little bit with this idea and this great knowing that everything outside of me is also within me. It's also inside of me. However, that does not negate that there is a divine intelligence or essence or source, this divine greater being or energy, whatever it might be, that has divine authority and will. Like, there are things that happen on this earth that I actually have no control or say or power over. But I'm still connected to that which is within that. Does that make sense? And I'm curious, and I would love to hear your relationship and interpretation with this idea and this concept in the comments, please. I would love, and I'm happy to read them. So this is something that's been in my consciousness, but I've more recently been actually contemplating lately what that means and actually looks like, because I used to always only pray outside of me. God, it's outside of me. And then I was like, okay, everything's within me. So then it was all just me. But then it's like, I can't lean on my own understanding. I can't have to, we all have egos, right? And ego is also beautiful and a divine necessary thing, but I'm also here to live my soul's path. And so the prayers for and the intention is for the soul to get bigger, the ego to get smaller, like less of me and more of my eternal self, more of the wholeness that is all. And so I also am thinking of a song that's like less of me, God, and more of you, which I love. But yeah, when I read that last sentence, those things arise because she let go of herself. that literally just goes with what I just said. Less of me and more of you. Because she has let go of herself. She is perfectly fulfilled. And the story of Yeshua is that he came here and he first shed his blood in the garden. He first came here to save the world, to save the earth. And then he shed his blood to save the land, and then and our bodies, and then he shed his blood to save our souls on the cross. And that specifically was from a podcast, which I'll write it in the comments, who did the podcast, because those are not my own words, but it was an offering that, there was some sort of resonance. And you don't have to take that verbatim as is, but I do think it's interesting. And I've looked at the creation story. I was first to save creation, was what he did. First to save creation, Adama, then Adam, and then the soul, spirit, the soul. Guys, I'll tag it. I'll link it. But with my own relationship, it's like I was always taught that he came to save sinners and us. But part of I think and feel the actual redemption story, and even if you look at the Gnostic text, it's like the divine mother created apart from her counterpart, which created a fallen God who is the God of the Old Testament. Wow, I did not think we were going to be getting into all of this. We can also save it for another time. But, and she prayed and asked for forgiveness, for help, for support, because there was ignorance or whatever it might have been. And so there needed to be redemption. And this is part of that story. It's interesting. There's a lot of parallels between a lot of different creation stories. And we all have the right to our own and to learn, love, listen, receive, change our minds. We are our minds. So it is, I pray that this is supporting and supportive, this perspective. We can go more into those stories another time, but I also love, so the Tao is infinite, eternal. We've talked about these concepts in the other episodes. Why is it eternal? It was never born, so it can never die, okay? That's different than me. I was born, and I'm gonna die. So it's already inviting in this need for this divine relationship, this need for the Tao, the way, the path, or God, or Jesus, or Krishna, or Lakshmi, whoever you want to go to, Isis, Hathor, and all of them. Maybe it's just Yeshua for you. Okay, sorry. I still need to turn that off next time. Anyways, why is it infinite? Oh my gosh. Okay. Has no desires for itself. Thus, it is present for all beings. Also, I believe in Buddhist teachings, it talks about how our desires are the root and the cause of suffering. And there's many other teachings that support desires being such a beautiful gift. Your body, your heart, telling you, what you desire, what you want, what God also wants for you. So this is an interesting both and. But this is something that's beyond that. And I'll have to be back because I have a guest. Okay, fam. So I just want to wrap this up in a really good way. I'm back. Thank you, by the way. So after desires, and also because it doesn't have desires, it can be present for all beings, which I also love this because when you lack your own desire, that naturally means you can be entirely present with absolutely no bias, nothing to gain, nothing to have to give, like nothing to have to receive. Like it is just pure presence being. And I think that's really special, and that's something we can strive for. And also I do think desire is beautiful, and I think conscious communication and consent and presence and awareness and speaking to these things is also beautiful, and feeling our feelings and longing and having hope and faith. All of it is beautiful, and like that's the gift that it is to be a human being here now on this planet at this time, and we are us for a reason. So just love that as well. Okay, the master stays behind. That's why she is ahead. She is detached from all things. That is why she is one with them. Okay, the master stays behind. That is why she is ahead. I would love to know what arises for you with this one. Just going to breathe here for a minute, and I invite you to breathe with me. This is making me think of not just staying behind when there's like an event or going out or whatever it might be. I think it's deeper than that. Something that I feel that I'm being pointed to within reading this is the invitation to slow down and to be patient. Not getting too far ahead of yourself or rushing to some conclusion or scenario or goal or outcome or controlling, but staying behind, and that is why she is ahead. It also makes me think of when Yeshua talks about all those who are first will be last, and all those who are last will be first, something like that. And I think about this sometimes, even with little things, like when I'm in ceremony and I'm ready to go up for another cup, and then sometimes I used to like be so excited and want to rush up there. And sometimes there's moments for that, but I hear the voice often of Yeshua who's like, and whoever is last will be first. And I'm like, so happy to be patient and take my time and be the last to go. That's a small example, and it feels relevant and it's alive right now. Okay, she is detached from all things. That is why she is one with them. So when we are not attached, when we're not gripping, that's actually when you can have it. When there's not an attachment and a gripping on the material realm, you can actually have access to all. What's greater? I mean, this one's curious. I would play with that in your own consciousness. She is detached from all things. That is why she is one with them. Something about that sure brings in a lot of peace for me. When we're not needing to control or force or create the specific outcome, that's when we can truly be present, as it talked about earlier, and actually be one with. because she has let go of herself, she is perfectly fulfilled. Letting go of her own identity, letting herself let go. It feels really good to let go. I've been so afraid of letting go for so long. And normally that's my ego, that's my attachments. But when I let go, I had this come up in ceremony this past weekend. And like, it's like going to the bathroom. Like, think about how good it feels to relieve yourself and to just let it go and to go pee, to go to the bathroom. It feels so good. I'm thinking about it like this, like that. So I love you all so much. Please let me know what has come up for you in the comments. Please like and subscribe and 5-star this podcast. Share it with your friends. Share it with whoever you feel like would be touched by it. And thank you again so much for being here. It really helps and means a lot for your support. And here's to more and listening and trusting in the divine and our beautiful hearts themselves. So, aho and many blessings. I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye for now.